So this is how we're gonna do a callback or detail from CrewSense. So you already have created a CrewSense icon, so you just click on it. Next step is you're going to go up here where it says manual callback, and we're gonna go click on send callback. From there, the next step is we're going to find the date. And so in this case, we're going to do a test for Saturday the 30th, beginning at 8 a.m. You can change it to quarter hours if you want. And the detail is going to end on Saturday the 30th at 12. So it's important to have those hours in there because that's what the person's going to be charged. And if it goes over the 4 hours, or if you know it's going to be 8 hours and it goes over the 8 hours, then we can adjust it later so that the list stays current. And then the fill deadline is the next step. So we want to know that this is going to be filled by 6 o'clock tonight. So the detail will be ended at 6 o'clock. Once you have your hours set, you want to decide how many people you need for the detail. So in this case, let's say it's a tear down. We have 2. You just change it. You can scroll up and down this way, or you can just plug it in the number. And you have 2 choices, whether it's a detail or a callback. Details, obviously, for details. Callbacks, that's essentially the same as any master list callback that we would have done before. And then you click add. So now we have our detail. We're asking for 2 people, and we want to filter by classification, so we only contact certain employees. So we click select, and we have a list of different people groups that we want. So let's say in this case we want firefighters, and we are going to click OK. From there, you can plug in the address. You can say it's 85 Any Street, and it's a tear down. Okay. So we want to make sure the minutes between text to each person. On a detail, you want to have 3 generally, and for a callback, since we want someone here quickly, we want 1 minute between calls, and you can adjust that here. So the next thing we do is preview our callback. So we click preview, and here's the list of people who will be contacted. So in this case, it's going to contact everyone, all the firefighters, because that's what we chose, except for those who are already working on that day, and that's automatically put in there. And you can see the offices were filtered out as well. Okay, so in this case, we're looking for people to come back for a fire. So it would be today's date, and let's say the time the fire came in was 2 o'clock. So we'd use today's date again, and what we would do would be just to go 4 hours from 2, because it's an automatic 4 hours. Again, if it's longer, we can adjust it later. And we want to know, we want this filled quickly. Okay, so we're going to pick a time that we want for a fallback filled. So we're going to pick a time that we want the callback filled. So let's say by 3 o'clock at the latest, right? So we want 3 people, and we're using the callback list, and we click add. So now we want to filter the people. We want 3 firefighters, and we're going to click OK. If you wanted them just from station 1 or station 2, you could click that, and it would only have firefighters from either of those stations. Click OK. And then since group 2 is working today, we want to be calling back group 1 because it's before 8 o'clock. So you'd click here none to get rid of all these groups, and you would just click group 1. So when it's green, that's the group that would be being picked. And then you click OK. Then in your message, you could put station coverage. Boston 6th alarm. You can type whatever you want in there. Capitalize Boston. Okay. In this case, since it's a fire, we're gonna just choose 1 minute between individuals. And then when we preview, it's gonna be contacting group 1 members and excluding everyone else. So if you don't get anyone from group 1, or you need to go elsewhere, then you start the process over and you open it up to anyone or any firefighters, and not excluding the other groups, or just including group 1. So let's say you didn't get anyone back, or you only got 2 out of the 3 back. You do the same process again, send out another notice, except in this case you would include all the groups, and that way group 1 would get another notification to answer. So then if you do your preview, you'll see all these people are going to be contacted, and the only ones who are going to not be contacted is the group that's working. And that's pretty much how you make a callback. Obviously, after you're satisfied with who it's calling, you click Start Callback. So after you do your callback, you want to know who's coming back. So in this case, I did another one where it's just contacting me. Everyone else is blocked out. And so it's a test, and I will click Start Callback. And there's 2 ways of figuring out where people are. So it's going to give you, after you start callback, it's going to give you all your criteria. And then down below, if you scroll down, it's going to give you a status. So right now it hasn't contacted me yet. You have to be patient a little bit. It's going to send from your computer to the satellite, and then the satellite back to the phone. But in a minute it will contact me, and it will change the status. So if you look now, it's contacted me, so it's saying pending. So now I have to accept or deny the detail. So in this case it turned green because I accepted it, and it says accepted. So you just look over on the left and it'll tell you who accepted. So you can keep that screen open as you're going, or if you want, you can minimize it and just go back to do whatever you want doing, and then click on it again to open it up and to see how it's going. The other way to verify, if you shut the program off and come back, you can go to you can go to history, callback history, and these are callbacks that we've made. The green ones have been filled, the red ones are not filled. So in this case, this is the most recent, which I just did. You'd click on the eye, and you'll come back to that screen where you'll see that I filled it. And if someone down here filled it, then that would be green. If they said no, it will be red. and that's how you know who's working. And that's pretty much it on making a call back. I'm sure you'll have some growing pains with this, but it's very simple, and you'll get used to it very quickly. If you have any questions, feel free to give me or Donald a shout, and we'll try to help you out. Thank you.
Hey!